Now the next topic we are going to start is differential errors. Differential errors and approximations. So let us start with the question. Write down the first statement. If y is equals to x4 minus 10, if x changes from 2 to 1.9999, what is the approximate change in y? Also find the change value of y. X changes from this to this. Then delta x is 1.99, x is 2. So we get minus 0.01. Now y is equals to this. So differentiate this. We get dy upon dx. 4x cube. Clear? X is equals to 2. So put the value of x is 2. 2 cube is 8. 4 into 8, 32. Now delta y is equals to dy upon dx into delta x. Now we have dy upon dx. Delta x is minus 0.01. So what we get? Minus 0.32. So change in y is this. Now when x is equals to 2, then y is 2 power 4 minus 10. 16 minus 10 is 6. Now change of value in y. Y में क्या change हुआ? Y plus delta y. Y is 6 and delta y is 0.32. 6 minus 0.32. 10 minus 2, 8. 9 minus 3, 6. So we get 5.68. Clear? So change in value of y. Change value of y is 5.68. Now the second one. A circular metal plate expands under heating so that its radius increased by 2%. Let x be the radius and y be the area of circular metal plate. Clear? Now we have given change is 2%. Clear? Now area of a circle is pi r square and r is x here. So we get y is equals to pi x square. Now differentiate. Dy upon dx is 2 pi x. Clear? Now what we have given? Radius of the plate before heating is 10. When x is equals to 10, then 2 pi into 10, 20 pi. What is delta y? Dy upon dx into delta x. Dy upon dx is 20 pi. Now what is the value of delta x? From here, when x is equals to 10, delta x is 2 upon 100, x is 10. 2 by 10. So delta x is 2 by 10. So delta y is 4 pi. So approximate change in area of the plate is 4y. Note it down. Now the next one. Question number 3. Find the percentage error in calculate volume of cubical box. First, let x be length of edge of cube and y be the volume of cube. What is the volume of cube? Is equals to side cube. Clear? Now we have given the volume of cubical box. If an error is 1%. It is given error is 1% is made measuring the length of edge of cube. So dy upon dx is 3x square. Clear? Now delta y is dy upon dy upon dx is 3x square. Now we want to find delta y upon y. We want to find the error. This error we want to find. So delta y upon y multiply by y into delta x is here. Y, what is the value of y? X cube. So delta y upon y, 3x square upon x cube into delta x. So 3 upon x, delta x. So we can write it as 3 delta x upon x, multiply both sides by 100. Now we have value of this term, that is 1. So 3 into 1, 3. So we want to find the change. Error in y is 3%. So error in length is, error in volume is 3%. Write down. Therefore 3% error in calculating the volume of cube. Now next one is the time t of complete oscillation of simple pendulum is given as 2 pi square root of L upon G. Of length L is given by equation this, where G is constant. What is the percentage error in T? We want to find the percentage error in T when L is increased by 1%. When L is increased by 1%. Now we have given this, taking log on both sides to solve this. 2 pi is constant. Log of A into B. We can write it as log of A plus log of B. Here, log of A upon B. 1 by 2 log of L minus 1 by 2 log of G. Now differentiate log of T, 1 upon T. Differentiate with respect to L. dt upon dl. 2 pi is constant. Derivative of log L, 1 upon L, G is constant given. So we get dt upon dl is T upon 2L. Derivative of L is dl here. Derivative of L is, log of L is 1 upon L. So what we get dt as T upon 2L dl. यही आया हमारे पास. Now we have the value of dl upon L multiplied by 100. So we can write it as dl upon L. This T goes on this side. dt upon T multiplied by 100 both sides. dl upon L into 100 is 1. So we get dt upon T multiplied by 100 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2%. Write down, there is 1 by 2% error in calculating the time period T. There is 1 by 2% error in calculating the time period T. Now the next one. Find the approximate change in volume of cube of side x meters. Volume of cube की side दी है. Volume of cube is side cube. Let the volume is denoted by y. By increasing the side by 2% and side is increased by 2%. Now differentiate. What we get? Volume, we can write volume as y. So dy upon dx 3x square. यही आया हमारे पास. dy is 3x square. Now how will we write dv or dy? dy is dy upon dx into delta x. dy upon dx is 3x square into delta x. Now what is the value of delta x? 2x upon 100. So put the value 2x upon 100, 6x cube upon 100, dy is 6x cube upon 100. That is 0.06 x cube. The approximate change in volume is 0.06 x cube meter cube. If the radius of the sphere is measured as 9 centimeter with an error 0.03, then find the approximate error in calculating its volume. Now we have given the sphere. What is the volume of sphere? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Differentiate with respect to r. 3 r square. So we get 4 pi r square. Now dv is equals to dv upon dr into delta r. Clear? dv upon dr when r is equals to 9. 4 pi 9 square. 81 into 4. 324 pi. 324 pi. Delta r is 0.03. 324 pi into 0.03. So we get 9.72 pi centimeter cube. 9.72 pi centimeter cube. Therefore, approximate error in calculating the volume is 9.72 pi centimeter cube. Next one is find the approximate value of f3.02 where fx is 3x square plus 5x plus 3. Let y is equals to fx, x is equals to 3 and x plus delta x is 3.02. Then what is the value of delta x? 0.02. Is it right? Now y is equals to f of x. X is 3. 3 square, 5 into 3. 3 square, 9 into 3. 5 into 3, 15 plus 3. 15 plus 3 is 18. So we get f of x as 45. Now dy upon dx. 3 into 2, 6x plus 5. Put x is equals to 3 here. 6 into 3 plus 5. 18 plus 5. 23. Now what is the value of delta y? Delta y is dy upon dx into delta x. dy upon dx is 23 and delta x is 0.02. So we get 0.46. So therefore f of 3.02, f of y plus delta y, f of 3.02 is y plus delta y. What is the value of y? Y is f of x, that is 45 plus 0.46. So we get 45.46. Note it down. Now the next one is use differentials to approximate square root of 25.2. In this type of questions, first we see 25 is a number which has perfect square. Therefore, let x as 25 and x plus delta x is 25.2. So we get 25.2 minus 25, delta x as 0.2. Clear? Now, let this function as y is equals to square root of x. Differentiate dy upon dx 1 upon 2 square root of x. Delta y is equals to dy upon dx into delta x. Clear? Now dy upon dx, when we have x is equals to 25. Square root of 25 is 5. So we get 1 upon 10. Dy upon dx is 1 upon 10. Delta x is 0.2. So we get delta y as 0.02. Now, square root of 25.2 is y plus delta y. What is y? Y is square root of x. And x is 25. So y is equals to 5. And delta y is 0.02. So that is equals to 5.02. Clear? Now next one. Question number 9. Use differential to approximate cube root of 127. Now 127 is not the cube root of any term, but 125 is cube root of 5. So we can write x as this and delta x is 127 minus 125, that is 2. Now what is y? Let this function as x power 1 by 3. Differentiate with respect to x. 1 by 3, x power 1 by 3 minus 1. X power minus 2 by 3. Clear? Now x is 125. So 125 power 2 by 3. 125 is cube root of 5. 5 square 25 into 3. So we get dy upon dx as 1 upon 75. Delta y is dy upon dx into delta x. 1 upon 75 into 2. So we get the value of delta y as 2 upon 75. Now 127 power 1 by 3 y plus delta y. Y is this and x is 125. So we can write it as this. So we get value of y as 5 plus 2 upon 75. Plus 2, 377 upon 75. So we get the answer as 5.026. 5.026. Now the next one. Use differentials to find the approximate value of 0.037. Now 0.037, not a square root of any term, so we can write it as 0.040 minus 0.003. Clear? So let x as 0.040 and delta x as minus 0.003. Y is equals to square root of x. Differentiate 1 upon 2 square root of x. When x is 0.040, square root of this is 0.2. Clear? Now we get 1 upon 0.4. 10 by 4. Or we can say that 5 by 2. Now delta y is equals to dy upon dx into delta x. upon 400. This is the value for delta x. Delta y minus 3 upon 400. Therefore, square root of 0.037 y plus delta y. Y is square root of 0.040 is 0.2. 0.2 minus 3 upon 400. 0.2 minus 3 upon 400 is 0.2 minus 0.0075. Subtract these terms. What we get? 0.1925. Note it down. इसी के जैसे क्वेश्चंस हैं, you will have to try it by yourself. Question number 11. Using differential, solve square root of 37, square root of 82 power 1 by 4. We can write this as 36 plus 1. 36 is square root of 6. We can write this as 81 plus 1. 3 power 4 is 81. So we can write it as this. So you will have to try this. Now the next one is